p.m. and we are playing Christian radio hits here in the Kamloops and surrounding area. We invite you to join us on our website, lighthouseprojects.ca, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at lighthouseprojects.ca. We just finished a crazy busy school season with back alley bites and collecting food hampers and doing food truck stuff. But we're kind of chilling into the summer, enjoying the beach and having some fun. You'll learn some cool events that Ryan is involved in after a few songs here. But why don't I can go ahead and introduce my my guest here today officially. Go ahead, Ryan. Tell our listeners what you're all about.
Hi, I'm Ryan Magee, and I'm with High Octane Ministries here in Kamloops, British Columbia.
All right, so High Octane Ministries. We'll dig deep into this a little bit later, but that sounds dangerous from this side of the aisle here.
Calculate our risk.
Okay, so actually Ryan shared a picture of what he was doing today, and like I said, we'll get into that a little bit later. But he works on what would you say? I guess they're high octane, high adrenaline kind of motorsports.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so let's get to he's in studio and he's going to share his top 20. No, not top 20. I think you sent me your top 20, but we're going to have to whittle it down to your top 10.
Sure.
Okay, so but get us started here. Tell us about this first song. It's called "Bin of Fire." How did this jump out at you?
I just kind of jumped out at me the past couple of days. Been playing it a lot. Really speaks volumes to me, and I think it's a really good thing for people to listen to.
Okay, so let's get this party started. This is called Bean of Fire, Burning in My Soul. This is High Res and Jordan Meyer. You're listening to Dan and Ryan on the Lighthouse Projects on 92.5, the XFM. Okay, good. That was the hardest part of the show. Usually I read off a script. Okay, say hello to the
Howdy.
On YouTube. I turn it up a little bit more than normal so that I can get caught on there.
Okay.
Okay. So do you know if any of these are Canadian artists?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll have to sneak in some Canadian content because it's by law we have to. So it'll just be two songs. It might just be like a couple instrumental things.
Okay.
So we should be okay though.
Actually, one of them is.
Oh, okay, if you could find out.
Talks about Vancouver in it.
Oh shoot. She said louder for Ryan, way louder. I wasn't checking that.
Eric Kane, Water My Soul.
That's Canadian?
He's Canadian artist. He was just here in Kamloops the other week.
What?
Yeah, I tried giving you guys tickets. No one wanted them.
No, I was away.
No, but for the Lighthouse, I just put him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a Canadian artist.
Okay, so what's it called?
Water My Soul by Eric Kane.
Okay.
He's a Canadian boy. And there's another one.
Perfect. If there's two, that's just perfect.
I don't remember what the other one was. I'm having a brain fart.
Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna go right into the next song.
Okay.
And then when it finishes, then I'll say that was The Battle by Redeemed. Ryan, tell us about that song. It can be as simple as I like the beat or the song.
Okay.
Life's a battle, and I've been through some battles.
Yeah.
And then actually, do you want to go right into your part of your testimony about battling?
Sure.
So I could say, how about I say, speaking of battles, from the few months that I've gotten to know you, I know you've had, should I say, health issues or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just quick synopsis.
Yeah. Yeah, the more we talk, the less music we play.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's fine. We can we can play it. You got that YouTube link or the web link?
The web link, yeah.
Okay, that's what you wanted, right?
Whatever.
Okay, like because you want to share it to people or
Yeah.
put it on your social media, or whatever.
But you're doing this on YouTube too, though, right?
Yeah, I'm not live, but
Okay.
you can.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I'll do
You
that.
can take this and play it. Okay, so there's a little bit of paperwork that we have to do here, so you don't have to worry about it though. And then it's gonna go right into the next song. And then I just have to watch the levels. I like it to be touching just into the orange.
Okay.
So if I'm not paying attention and it's too much over or too much under, just let me know. Now is not indicative of the main volume of the song. Okay, probably go up to and then if you want, you can take notes, like as you listen to the song. Like this lyric jumped out at me.
Yeah. Pay attention right now.
Yeah. Gotta pay attention this time. She's listening. She just got back into Canada.
Oh, okay.
She was all nervous about the border. But she got through it fine. Well, there was like an hour wait at Peace Arch
Okay.
and the other one. So I said, go to Aldergrove, Linden.
Okay. Yeah.
So she stopped in Linden for Christian bookstore and then crossed, and there was 3 cars ahead of her.
Oh, sweet.
Have you done radio before?
Never, man.
Yeah, I mean it's maybe hard to remember, but you just have a conversation with you, right? And we don't know how many people listen. I mean, it's likely hundreds, not thousands. Just got a little paperwork and then I'll be free. This is nice songs. So about a minute left.
And if I get it wrong, I know he's by my side every time. So when I start to feel broken, or if I question if I
She just dropped her daughter off. Remember, she took her to Seattle. She took her daughter to Seattle and all around Washington. So she just dropped her off in Ferry, and now she's gonna spend the night in Vancouver, and the night will be here tomorrow. So she just dropped her off for the 5:45 ferry.
Okay.
She had to drop her off early because she had a reservation. She said, "I just dropped her off, and now I listened at 5 o'clock." So that was cool.
Sweet.
I don't know what's wrong or right. And some days I wake up laughing, most days I wake up happy, but some days I wake up and I'm ready to fight, and he's by my side.
Okay, so your headphones on.
He's by my side.
So this means we're hot. About 5 seconds. Hey, that was beautiful. That was the song Redeem. It's called The Battle by the group Redeemed. And it seems like some of these songs that we're about to play got a bit of a country vibe. What would you call that one, Ryan?
Yeah, like country folk vibe.
Yeah. So tell us what jumped out for that song for you.
Yeah, that really speaks to the everyday battles that everyone's going through. Inside that no one can see, and outside that a few can see. And it really helped me through a lot of my struggles and might help others.
Yeah, no kidding. So it's called Battle, and for the several months that I've known you, you've told me about some of the personal battles that you've experienced. Why don't you just share a little bit about some of your battles so our listeners can understand a little bit more about you and then High Octane Ministries?
Yeah, so I was kind of raised in a Christian household, but wasn't really a believer. I thought Jesus was just a fairy tale. And December 16th, 2010, I was involved in a real bad workplace accident. I was electrocuted by a high voltage power line, like 14,400 volts, in my right hand, through my heart, out my left leg. And as a result, I was a cripple for almost 10 years. Couldn't walk without a cane or a walker, excruciating pain. Doctor said there was no hope for me. In September of 2019, I had a crazy experience with God. He showed himself to me, spoke to me, gave me a healing, and my life has been changed ever since.
Wow, so we're talking about a real life miracle here, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so I'm not an electrician type myself. I mean, I can change a light bulb, and at best days I can set up a smart bulb. I'm moving up, but I don't understand volts and ohms and amps and all that. So what did you say, 14,000?
Yeah, 14,400 volts at about 30 amps.
Okay, so help us understand what would that equate to, like in a home for the
So
amount of
basically
power?
what happened in my body was, just imagine your house getting struck by lightning and all the fuses exploded. My body was the fuse in the line.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Wow, and I remember when you were relaying some of your experiences, you were saying that sometimes, I mean, it's going to get a little graphic here, but parental discretion is advised. But you talked about sometimes people's bodies just kind of break down when that much power goes through them.
Yeah, so what happened to me was the doctors, first of all, said it was a miracle that I had an arm and a leg. They were launched so far out of the sockets that they were surprised that they were still in my body. I've seen people who grabbed the same voltage lines and less amperage, and their body parts basically don't exist anymore.
Okay, so this is radio, so you can't see Ryan. So let me describe him to you. You know, he's well built. He's all tatted up, and a good-looking fella. Got his Top Gun shirt on. Oh no, sorry, it's not Top Gun. It's Top Sun, S-O-N. That's even better, John 3:16. So now, do you think your years of being fit and bodybuilding, how did that affect your recovery?
Yeah, I've always kind of credited why I didn't lose my arm and leg was because I was so well built. But after coming to God, I realized that it was 100% a miracle that, first of all, I didn't die and that I had all my appendages.
Yeah, and I think that there's something deep about even just that experience is you did your best, you did your thing, you know, presumably eating right, fitness, going to the gym, but then beyond that, so you needed that, but I think you needed that other element, the divine help.
Mm-hmm.
So that you said 10 years, so that brings us to about 2020.
Yeah.
And so that's not that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, it's only been about 5-6 years now since I've been born again, but my life has never been the same, and I'm so thankful for it.
That's so good. Okay, so that song was The Battle, and you heard a little bit about his battles, but let's get back to the music. Now, this is kind of a cool name. I hope this is a rap group, because his name is Schema Boy.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Schema Boy, or is it Schema Boy?
Boy!
Okay, so what do you want to tell us about this song? It's called Exodus Freestyle.
Yeah, this is a good hype song for when we're cruising on the motorbikes or hopping on the snowmobiles ready to climb up a mountain face.
Okay, well, we'll get more into that after these songs, but you're listening to Dan and Martin. No, Dan and Martin was last week. Shout out to my boy, Marty, what is it? Party Marty. But no, this is Dan and Ryan on the Lighthouse Projects on 92.5, the XFM. Okay, we're off. Oh, this is like Raid Nation Army or one?
Yeah, it's like a mixture of a few songs, yeah.
Exodus, I had to get my boy out of there. I feel like Moses. Knew we get me a gift for the rap, but I knew I was already chosen. Unto my flesh that we gotta split. Just like the ocean. Unto my
volume, reintroduce them. Kind of did. Okay, so that's good. And then we're going to go into Lauren Daigle. So we'll come out of Lauren Daigle and we'll talk about her.
Okay.
Got anything to say about her?
She kind of went through this similar faith thing where she was a Christian, walked away from it altogether, and then was drawn right back into it.
Oh.
Only a few years ago.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Fairly certain. I'll double check it.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing that.
It's good that they could sample that beat.
Yeah. Yeah, she deconstructed her faith years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
And went away from it, and now she's felt called to return to Christian music, and now she's trying to figure things out.
That's awesome. Maybe I'll take a picture and post it to the Lighthouse chat. Well, here, get our headphones on so we look cool. Oh, make sure the song starts. Oh yeah, here we go. And then I gotta check the volume.
You are not hidden. There's never been
Okay, here
a
we go.
moment you were forgotten.
Ready? 1, 2.
You are not hopeless.
Good. Okay, I'll take one just to you.
Though you have
Wait,
been
come up to the mic,
broken, your innocence stolen.
One more.
I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance cannot be covered over.
I forgot to play one little promo, so I'll do that kind of in between. Okay, I gotta do this
I'll
now.
be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS.
Maybe can you read me the list? Beanifier, what's the artist?
So which one?
Beanifier.
Y-REZ,
Yeah.
comma, Jordan, Mayer, MEYER.
MEYER?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next.
The Battle.
If you can give me the artist first.
Redeemed, all capital letters.
Yeah.
The song is The Battle.
Next.
Schema Boy, SKEMA.
Just one E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exodus Freestyle. This one is Lauren Daigle, DAIGLE,
I hear you
and the song's Rescue.
have nothing
Daigle.
Next one is
Oh, hold on. Rescue.
yeah.
Next.
Next one is Tupac and Elton John, and it's Ghetto Gospel.
Okay.
The next one is Redeemed again
Oh, nice.
with Amber Kitzman. K-I.
Oh, this is not the song title.
No.
Redeemed and
Redeemed and Amber Kitzman. Kitzman. That's the end of the song.
Well, that's a beautiful song. Our listeners will recognize that one, or at least her voice. That was Lauren Daigle, and with the song Rescue. Now, I'm a huge Lauren Daigle fan, and you know what? When I was single back in the day, I wanted to go to a Lauren Daigle concert down at the Queenie Theatre in Vancouver, but I thought it's gonna be more of a chick show, you know, like, but all, you know, like dudes go to Taylor Swift shows too. I guess dudes go to a Lauren Daigle concert, but I didn't want to go alone. But she's definitely on my bucket list of musicians to see live. Some of our listeners may remember she performed actually at the Super Bowl. I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl, but she sang, I think, "God Bless America." So how did she make your list, Ryan?
Yeah, that song has been pretty close to me over these past few years, but I really liked her story where she was a Christian and then deconstructed her faith, walked away from it altogether, and now she's really felt the call of God to bring her back to restart her faith and grow closer to Jesus.
Yeah, that's so good. You know what? Lately, it's a bit of a new word to me about deconstructing your faith. And, you know, you hear about whether it's celebrities or Christian music artists going through this deconstruction, but you don't often hear the good side of the story, like that, you know, maybe they just deconstructed, but then they reinvigorate. And that seems like that's exactly what happened to Lauren Daigle.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got a lot of hits. Do you have a favorite song of hers?
I'm not too sure.
What's that song? Out in the battle. I don't know if
I think she's got a really good one. Thank God I Do is another real good one
Oh,
she just
okay.
released.
Well, that's good. My wife, she's listening actually. She's driving through rush hour Vancouver traffic, and I guarantee any minute she's going to give me a hands-free Siri text with a head shaking emoji saying, please don't ever try to sing Lauren Daigle again. She hits those high notes for sure. Okay, well, our next song, this is actually going to be a Lighthouse Projects radio first. We've never played any Tupac or Elton John. So when you first sent me this, I had to do a little bit of a double take. But tell us about this song, Ryan.
Yeah, this song kind of reminds me of back where I grew up. I grew up in a pretty rough and tough neighborhood in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. So it's kind of brings me back to the ghetto days.
Yeah. So did you say Prince Albert?
Prince Albert, yes.
Prince Albert. So that's north of Saskatoon.
Yes, north of Saskatoon.
And if some people, the only thing they know about Prince Albert is
Prisons.
prisons. Now I thought there was only one, but
Yeah, I think there's about 7 prisons and a federal penitentiary there.
yeah, that is crazy. Okay, so that sounds like a ghetto hood.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Get ready for this, friends. This is Dan and Ryan on the Lighthouse Project 92.5, the XFM, with the Ghetto Gospel. Shoot, I missed the mark. I forgot to hit this.
I welcome with my hands, and the red sun sinks last into the hills of gold. A peace to this young warrior.
Damn, it takes me. She said.
Sound of joy.
She said that wasn't too bad. Okay, and then there's gonna be Hear Me Now. Okay, so let's go back if you can give me those.
Okay.
So I just finished Redeemed and Amber Kitson.
Yeah, so the song is called Hear Me Now.
Yeah. Next.
Next artist is Aaron Lewis.
AA.
Yeah, Aaron. The song is Everybody Talks to God.
Good. Next.
Next one, the artist is Red Tips.
2 words.
2 words, yeah.
Yeah.
The song is We the Light.
Good.
The next one is all one word, Need to Breathe.
Oh, right.
And Gavin D. Graw.
Like that's the co-artist?
Yeah, the co-artist is Gavin. Last name is D-E, capital G, R-A-W.
Capital G, D-E, capital G?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Then what?
The name of the song is Brother.
No, but D-E-G what?
Oh, R-A-W.
Got it? Song?
Brother.
Good.
The next one is Eric Kane, K-A-N-E.
E-R-I-K?
Yes.
Oops, K-A-N-E?
Yep. And the song is Water My Soul.
Oh, that's the K one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We have to make sure this one gets in. Good. 100%. I'm gonna bring him up in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up in the. Kevin says, what a song. It sounds like you guys are having a lot of fun. It sounds better now too, like our volumes. Okay, we'll stop that list for now. Okay. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do a little bit different. I'm gonna do this promos. You have to do like little promos.
Okay.
So you won't talk here, but I'll bang this off. But you can listen in, yeah.
Glenn Miller, Duke Ellington, Benny Goodman, Count Basie. What do these men
This
have
guy's
in
a
common?
music teacher at the Christian school
You
too. He runs a show here
and their
about swing.
right here on the X. Join me, Rod Simmons, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. for When Swing Was King, a 4-hour of big band classics, including yesteryear's favorite bands and vocalists. When Swing Was King, Tuesdays.
What's
at
next?
7
Hear me now.
Right here on
What did we just play?
CXX.
Got a gospel? Yeah, Hear Me Now's next.
I'm calling on the Lion of Judah. Jesus, I know you hear me now. Staring in the face of my accusers, I pick up my sword and I won't back down. No, I won't back down. Let 'em hear me now. Lord, I won't back down. And the walls around me started to crumble, but here I stand on solid ground. Shoes of peace, oh Lord, you got me walking. In your presence is where I'm found. Let 'em hear me now. No, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. The enemy tried to cut me, but he couldn't swing that cleaver. Deception by confusion, not me in Christ, I'm a true believer. He picked me up when I was down bad and I couldn't see him. He put his breath into my lungs and my heart started beating. And that's the first time that I ever felt the love of Jesus. The blood he shed upon that cross for me, I couldn't believe it. The stone was rolled away and that empty grave tells me I need him. They said that I was chasing dreams, but they're wrong, I'm chasing Jesus. I'm calling on the Lion of Judah. Jesus,
this promo, and then we'll talk about that song.
Okay.
So that was called Hear Me Now.
Yep.
The Kamloops Highland Games return to Albert McGowan Park on Saturday, July 12th, starting at 7:30 a.m. The games will include competitions in piping, drumming, and bands, Highland dancing, and heavy athletic events. Ryan, this sounds like something for High Octane Ministries.
Actually, a little known fact, I used to play professional bagpipes.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me finish this. There'll also be food, a beer garden, and a shuttle to and from the event. Admission is $15 for adults, $12 for children and seniors, and payable at the gate. Okay, well, there's got to be a story here. I actually didn't know you were musically inclined. We've been hanging out and doing lighthouse projects for several months. Do you remember when you started, actually?
I think February this year.
Okay, so it's been, it's been like probably around the 6-month mark.
Yep.
And why, for people that don't really know, or just tuning in for the first time, tell them what it's all about, like the street outreach and lighthouse projects.
Oh, it's real great. So we head out in groups. We feed people physically, we feed their bodies, but we also feed them the gospel too, right? We feed their souls, get them in touch with different people to get them the help that they want and need when they need it, and help change lives.
Yeah, so you lead one of the teams. Tell us where you go and what kind of things you encounter.
I mainly do the Sahali area of Kamloops. We encounter people of all walks of life, whether it be that they have addiction problems, mental health issues, or just a string of bad luck that resulted in their circumstances.
Yeah, so now what are actually some of the physical stops that you make? Like where in Sahali do you go?
We do it around the old Greyhound bus depot, the Merit House, I think is what it's called there. They're around the new bus stop there for the E-bus, as well as a couple other spots in the neighborhood.
Okay, that's awesome. And then, so what are you actually feeding them?
Well, we have a real good sponsor with Pizza Now. So we hand out some pizza. A few other churches in the community make us sandwiches, and we have other sponsors that give us fresh produce that we hand out.
Oh yeah, so you can't go wrong with the PB&J.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
People say that there's some protein in there, and with the jelly, there's a little bit of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you now, if people like, sometimes you take out soup and peanut butter and jam sandwiches and pizza. If they have to choose one, what are people choosing?
Well, our new soup lady, she's pretty top shelf, so the soup's been a big hit recently.
All right, a little shout out to Shayna, our soup lady. Okay, well that's awesome. So let's get back to your list here, and where are we at now? Let's talk about that song. That kind of had a cool groove there. That was called "Hear Me Now." How did that make your list?
Yeah, whenever I'm going through some tough battles, spiritually or just on my own, I like to put on like the armor of God, right, from Ephesians 6, and that song kind of puts me in that mental state.
Yeah, that's so good, and it's cool that the songs that you picked are not really the style that we've been choosing. So it's always great to learn about some new music and new genres. Now, if you wanted to find out a little bit more about these songs, hit us up on our webpage. It's lighthouseprojects.ca. And if you're just joining us in studio today, a special guest is Ryan Magee from High Octane Ministries. Well, you know what? Now is a good time. You talked about snowmobiles and we talked about motorbikes. Tell us all the crazy stuff you do, because I see your pictures and your videos, and it looks cray-cray, as the kids say.
So the winter times we do sledding events every Sundays up at Sun Peaks called Sledding with Jesus. So we do
That's awesome.
backcountry snowmobiling, so flipping our sleds over mountaintops and getting stuck and doing all that crazy stuff around avalanches. And then we go and hit up the Sun Peaks Community Church at 5 p.m. During the summer times, we do a lot of racing events. So we do drag racing. I help build top fuel drag bikes. So we have a bike right now that I'm racing. It's 40 pounds of boost at 550 horsepower. So it can do 1/8 mile in 5 seconds.
Oh my goodness! Now I drive a Tesla, and I don't know if it could do it that fast. Okay, you mentioned about Sun Peaks Community Church. That's kind of a new outreach ministry, if you will, of Kamloops Alliance Church, and you've been going there for several years.
Yeah, I'm a member of Kamloops Alliance Church, and this past year we branched out and started a satellite church up at Sun Peaks. We really see there's a need for it and a desire from the community, and it's been really successful.
Yeah. So where do they actually meet?
So they meet at 5 p.m. at the Annex up at Sun Peaks.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if people, they can Google it, or kac.ca, a shameless plug for your church, for more information on that too.
Yep.
Okay, so what do we got next? Looks like Everybody Talks to God.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Okay, well tell us about this one. The artist is Aaron Lewis.
Yes, this is a good song. That's just a humble reminder to everyone. It doesn't matter who you are or what walk of life you're on, but at the end of the day, everyone's going to stand face to face to God, and it's going to be either a real good day or an interesting day.
Okay, well that's good. So let's get into this music here. You're listening to the Lighthouse Projects on 92.5 the XFM with Dan and Ryan. This is Everybody Talks to God and Aaron Lewis. Okay, that was good. So now we can play two songs. Maybe we go for a little break. And there's Diet Pepsi down there. A little cooler. There's a little fresh air if you want to come.
When the man in the next booth
Nice.
said, "Don't you watch TV?
Oh, she said,
Don't you
louder for
know
Ryan,
God's
okay? Maybe just sit a
will?
little closer next time. We can bring this way. We can come this way. You go ahead, you can stay out
There
first.
ain't no use talking.
She said, good, beautiful, guys are doing great. Good.
The praying man said amen and looked up from his plate and said, "You may not talk to God right now, but there's gonna come a day. 'Cause whether you're a farmer in the field, praying for the rain, or you curse him at the graveside 'cause he called a loved one's name, you can thank him, you can blame him. Either way you're gonna face him, whether you believe in him or not. 'Cause in the end, everybody talks to God. The man in the booth went quiet 'cause he didn't have a comeback. So he shrugged it off and paid his tab and shuffled out the door. And the praying man, he prayed for the man who drove away, hoping he would see the light before it got too late. But how was he to know? He touched a non-believer's soul. We got that conversation, two red lights down the road. 'Cause whether you're a farmer in the field, praying for the rain, or you curse him at the graveside 'cause he called a loved one's name, and you can thank him, you can blame him. Either way you're gonna face him, whether you believe in him or not. 'Cause in the end, everybody talks to God. Everybody talks to God. You can thank him, you can blame him. Either way you're gonna face him, whether you believe in him or not. In the end, everybody talks to God. Everybody talks to God. We all talk to God. We the light. Oh, be the light. 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 Thought he said something. Thought he said something. Thought he said something. Lucy thought he said something. Thought he said something. Thought he said something. Thought he said something. Lucy thought he said something. Got so me to go, so I'ma preach. Been too good to sit down in my seat. Gotta tell the world about who we be. If you don't know, he is Elohim. Yeah, jumping out the porch. Got my Bible torch. About to let it scorch. Demons tryna pull me off the path, but I ignore. Loving on my haters, cause that's how I get rewards. I done took my life and gave it right back to the source. Cause even when the lights out, even in the lights out, you can still see us. Cause even when the lights out, even when it's nights out, you can still see us. Jesus, wanna make it known that you freed us. Jesus, we wanna make it known that you freed us. We the light, be the light, we the light, be the light, we the light, be the light, we the light, be the light.
Oh yeah, the cedar levels are good. And the orange. That's good. Better check how much time's left. About 30 seconds. So we can talk about this one?
Sure.
Cause even when the lights out, even when it's nights out, you can still see us. Jesus,
What's it called?
wanna make it known that you're free.
Everybody talks to God? No. We the
That
light.
was the first one.
This is We the Light.
We wanna make it known that you freed us.
About 5 seconds. Woo! That was a banger, as the kids say. Tell us about that one. We the Light with Red Tips.
Yeah, that's a good one there. It talks about being the light in the world, right? Like Jesus calls us to be the light in a dark place. And that's kind of what we do with the Lighthouse Project when we do our street ministry. Light in a dark place for other people.
That's so good. I'd never heard of this artist, Red Tips. What do we know about him?
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna have to Google as your friend. Now I have heard about this next group. Why don't you tell us about that one? So this is Need to Breathe.
Yeah, it's a song called Brother. It's pretty near and dear to me with the High Octane Ministries. So we do a lot of men's mentorship and discipleship. And so it's all about brotherhood, right? So we built the ministry on Proverbs 17:17, where a friend is made to love for all times, but a brother is made for adversity.
Whoa, that's good. You should give that hit us with that again. That was worth repeating. Proverbs 17:17.
Yeah, so a friend loves at all times, but a brother is made for adversity.
Whoa, like made for adversity. It just says that God made a brother in your life just for that reason.
Amen
So that's
to
so
that.
powerful. Yeah. Now about you talk about having activities and ministries, as we call it, for men. You do something on Friday night as well. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so Tuesdays and Friday nights we do men's ministry with High Octane Ministries, and so essentially what we do is we do Bible studies. We used to do it on the Camus Alliance Church curriculum for life groups, but now we're kind of growing into leadership and discipleship.
Nice. And so that's Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
And then how can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook, High Octane Ministries, as well as at highoctaneministries.ca.
Okay, so this song is called Brother by Need to Breathe. You're listening to Dan and Ryan on the Lighthouse Projects on 92.5, the XFM. Okay, that was good. Maybe just a little louder or tighter.
Okay.
That way Tana doesn't text me. Oh, shoot. Oh, she's asking about Canadian. Oh, the next one is
Next one's Canadian.
Next one's Canadian. Yeah. She just asked me. She's like, Canadian?
I don't know. I think these guys might be Canadian. I don't know.
Need to Breathe. I don't think so. You Google it though.
Hurricane is Canadian. I know that.
Face down in the desert now. There's a cage locked around my heart. I found a way to drop the keys when my failures would. Now my hands can't reach that far. I ain't made for rivalry. I can never take the world alone. I know that in my weakness I am strong, but it's your love that brings me home.
Okay, it's from Edmonton.
Okay, perfect.
And when you call and leave me near, saying where do you go, brother, I'm right here. And
So we got 10 minutes to go.
when the sky begins to fall, you're the blood of my blood. We can get through it all.
POD.
Oh shoot.
That comes up.
Are we gonna get to it?
Yeah. That's right after the Water My Soul one.
Okay, good. Why did you start laughing?
Oh man, that's a throwback one.
A lot of people's downstairs. There's a library of thousands of CDs. If you want, I can show it to you.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe after we play the second song we play, then we can go down because then we'll have 2 in a row.
Okay.
We can finish our drinks. So a lot of times people will grab CDs and then just play them. That's why you got 3.
Okay.
And there's actually LP players here too, record players.
Oh wow.
Take me down to the river, like the water will flow to where the grass is green.
So you can actually say he was in concert here.
Yeah.
Where was he?
At the
FE or?
CFE, yeah.
I follow my heart and it led me to you. The weight of the world left me black and blue. You
I think
helped
he's
me
in Saskatchewan
heal
right now on
in my
his tour.
spirit's blue.
Oh,
So water my soul, take me down the trail, through the highs and the lows,
Oh.
take me all the way
think I've
to
heard
the
this.
soul made of gold, where the light of you
Is it his song?
shines
Yeah.
as bright as the sun. So water my soul,
He's got a couple other.
so
Got
water
one.
my, lead me into
Started
the
getting into music. I
fire,
think it was
with the warmth of your
2020,
flames
2021.
where
That's when you started getting into
No,
it?
I think when he started
Oh.
into music, and he started as a healing journey.
Oh.
His brother died of an overdose or something like that.
Follow my heart and it led me to
And
you.
then that was part of
The
his
weight of the world
healing
left
thing
me
was
black and
making
blue.
music.
Wow.
You helped me heal in my spirit's blue. So water my soul, take me down the trail. Through the highs
So maybe what we'll do is we'll end with POD.
Okay. So good.
So because this song goes another minute and a half. So we'll talk. So that means we'll have to talk to 4 minutes too. We'll have to fill maybe 2 minutes or so, you and I
Okay.
talking. And then at 4 minutes 2, I'll start the song.
Okay.
POD.
Yeah, his brother passed away, and that's what brought him into
Oh, okay.
start music, write music.
Like the moon illuminating down upon me. So water my soul, take me down the trail, through the highs and the lows, take me all the way up to the summit of gold, where the light of your love shines as bright as the sun. And all that I know is that the stars are shining, and your smile it glows like the moon rising to the summit of gold, where the light of your love shines as bright as the sun. So water my soul, oh, oh, oh. So water my soul, oh, oh.
POD's the next song, eh?
Okay. Hey, you can't go wrong with a little bit of banjo. Why don't you tell us about that song?
Yeah, that's Water My Soul by Eric Kane. Really brilliant artist. He's a Canadian boy from Edmonton. He was actually just here in Kamloops a couple weeks ago doing a concert.
Yeah, you had some extra tickets and you were trying to give away some tickets to the gang. But what happened?
Yeah, I guess no one wanted to go. I had to go work out of town that day and I couldn't make it to the concert, so...
Oh shoot! I think I was out of town now. Had you told me that there was some banjo on the menu, maybe I would have changed my plans. No, you said that he's got a cool story about how he got into music. Why don't you share that with our listeners?
Yeah, he was part of his grief healing journey. His brother passed away, and he used music to kind of heal him. Part of his healing journey after that.
Yeah, and you know what? I love how you hear those kind of stories when Jesus finds you at your lowest point, your point in greatest need, and then he takes you on that journey. And you probably felt that over the last, I guess we're at the 15-year mark now, of when you first had your accident. And
Yeah, about 15 years since the incident, yeah.
yeah. Now, what would you say to a listener that, you know, whether it's a college student here on the campus of TRU or just somebody listening online or just here in Kamloops, they've hit their lowest low, and they need that water to their soul. They feel dry, alone, and desperate. How would you comfort them using the words of Jesus?
Yeah, like for myself, I can speak to my own experience. I really gravitated to faith-based music as a good way to quench my soul, my troubled times. You know, it's music has a different way of moving people inside and out, and once you start adding the faith-based measure to it, it really has a powerful movement to it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, you know what, that's all the time we have, but you're going on some adventures over the summer. You got some fun stuff going on. You're heading up north. How far north are you going?
North of Smithers.
Okay, Smithers. Wait, Smithers, not that Smithers.
Smithers.
From what's that, Simpsons? Not
Oh
that.
my goodness, no.
Not that Smithers. You're not going there. But you're going to be back and forth to Kamloops a little bit.
Yeah, back and forth to Kamloops. We're going to be doing a lot of racing at Thunder Mountain Raceway. We'll be there this weekend. So
Okay.
yeah.
So they can get all that information on your website?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so one more time.
Thunder Mountain Raceway, south of Kelowna by Big White.
Okay, and the website is?
High Octane Ministries.ca.
Okay, so highoctaneministries.ca. Well, we're coming down to the end of the show. We've got one more song, but we wanted to say thank you very much, Ryan, for coming into the studio, being a special guest on short notice. And it's been a pleasure, like listening to some of these songs. And I didn't even know Eric Kane was Canadian. But thank you for sharing these songs of hope, songs of restoration, because that's what God is all about. He sent His Son to give us hope, and of course that's what we do at Lighthouse Projects. We call ourselves the Lighthouse Projects. We're sharing hope in the River City. So thanks for joining us in studio.
Right on.
All right, and those of you who are listening, we appreciate your support over these years. And we hope that this hour of music brought you some light and some hope in Jesus. So now you talked about some of your songs. They're just like kind of were chill songs and helping you through the valley and water my soul. This next song is not that.
No.
Tell us about this next song.
This song is just a throwback to my childhood, early 2000s. I remember hearing this one when I was a kid at youth, not knowing anything about anything, but it just brought back some good memories.
Oh man, that's funny. I remember somebody had this in our youth group in Nanaimo, and we rocked this band. It was Satellite, and when the album came out, we were all abuzz. It was so amazing. So we're gonna leave you on this note. This song is called "Youth of the Nation" with POD. Thanks for joining Dan and Ryan on the Lighthouse Projects on 92.5, the XFM. Hold on to your seats. There, that's it. We're gonna be a few minutes over, but who cares? We're throwing a CD on. Okay, we can turn it up here too. Okay, that was fun.
That was sweet.
So maybe you can prop that door open, move your chair back, move the microphone back, please. And then don't forget your pop down there. And then here, let's say goodbye. Hey, thanks for joining us. It was a blast having my guy, Ryan from High Octane Ministries. Like, follow, subscribe.
Right on, guys.
Thunder Mountain this week, baby. Boom. Peace.